Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, remember the key to success is working hard.
Remember, the key to success is working hard and also working smart. We are living in the day, in the age, in the period of smart TV, smart phone, smart everything, smart watch, smart car, everything seems to be smart. So we should not only work harder, but also smarter. I want to welcome you to the hub. Again, another hour for you and I to dialogue, to have a conversation about what's happening here in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. I want to say to you also, because of the situation in Carriacou, right, with the power plant, you know, they were affected adversely by fire. They're not fully there as yet. So from time to time, they will experience power outages, and some parts are experiencing that. And because Vibes FM is located in Carriacou, we are affected on radio. But nevertheless, we will forge ahead. We are not going to, give up or say, well, they're not on air on radio, so we are going to abandon the program. No, we will continue with the program, because on social media alone, we speak on a daily basis to more than 14,000 people on a daily basis. More than 14,000 in recent times. You're just looking at the figures, 14, sometimes 15,000 people on a daily basis. The morning program plus the nightly program. So we reach thousands of people. If you factor in YouTube, then it could be much more. So we have to continue doing what we must do to educate, to empower our people. Remember, the program is carried concurrently on Facebook, YouTube, radio, TuneIn, just name it, a number of platforms. I want to start off tonight by applauding the Honorable Delma Thomas and also the Honorable Andy Williams, because today we witness the crossing of the flow, meaning in Parliament, the Honorable Delma Thomas moved from being on the opposition side, on the opposition benches, to the government side. So she's now working with the government to move Grenada forward, to transform Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And we must commend her. So I want to share that moment with you firstly, and then we will go to Andy Williams, because I believe it is important that you get to know what Andy had to say about this UK grant money.
To live on a side where I am no longer welcome at the table. You see, the Minister of Social Development is in the house. And we tell our women, even when you're married, because there are some relationships after 40 years you walk away. You're married for 40 plus years and then you walk away because it's not working out well. So we tell our women, when you are in an abusive relationship, when there are issues in the relationship and you know it cannot be resolved, you walk away. And not because you don't walk away and go and sit down in a corner and mope and grope. You walk away, you spend some time, you reflect, and then you move on. And in this instance, I am walking away. I have reflected for months, been in reflective mode. For months. I have not been seeking advice from anybody on this side for those months. The advice I was seeking was from members within my own party. And sometimes even after I seek advice and they give me the advice, you will hear them appear in the media saying something completely different. And I say, let us pray for them. Let us pray for them because I understand what they're going through. I understand those whole issues, Mr. Speaker. And so, Mr. Speaker, I will move to continue to represent the people of St. Andrew Northwest. Not because I'm looking to come to the cabinet. Mr. Prime Minister, remember the discussion? But if I want to work somewhere, you can't say anything about that. So if I take a walk in the private sector, is anything wrong with that? There are other members here who are working too. And if I travel because I'm a consultant, then there's nothing wrong with that. Because there are consultants here too who travels, no problem. All of us want to be independent. None of us want to be dependent on anybody who can put our thing out in the public. We're poor, but we're proud. I know about being poor and proud. I spoke about being poor and proud right in here. I said when I was young and my grandmother sent me to the neighbor to ask for stuff, and they started to talk loud, I would be in my shell. So I understand poverty. And that is why when I served, Mr. Speaker, though there were people who did not support my political organization, when they came, I pulled them in a corner. My office manager and member of my staff never knew what we spoke about, especially if there was somebody who was not supportive of the National Party at the time. Mr. Speaker, I have nothing amount of messages I received for the last week. I thought I would have time to share, but I said so much already that I will not share today. Where young people were reaching out and saying, you have made me who I am. So one said to me yesterday, I accepted a new job because you have said you do not settle where you do not want it. And I believe where I am, I need to move out. There's someone else who sent a message saying, thank you for looking out for me, even when you know my household was not with you. And I know that young lady spoke to Sister Gloria and said, that's my guardian angel. And so, Mr. Speaker, I will continue to champion for the people of the constituency of St. Andrew Northwest. They're getting 2 for 1. 2 for 1 they're getting. And we will continue to go through the highways and the byways, look at the issues that confront our people, and work together. Not because I'm looking for a job, and not because I want money or because I want to make sure that my husband is conform or something. If you promote him, then you have to be conform. This government didn't promote him, so when you promote him, then you have to be conform. So, Mr. Speaker, as I wrap up, let me say to the people of St. Andrew Northwest, I am committed to continue serving you, whether I'm on this side, I'm on the outside, I'm across side, or this side. I am committed to continue working for you. I will be fighting for you, just like how I fought before, just like how I championed for people, just like how times I rallied my whole cabinet, with even my boss wasn't aware. I called members quietly and I said, on this issue, you have to stand up and speak. They are here, they can say if I lie or if I'm speaking the truth. I've rallied on many issues that nobody knew about. I rallied for John Cadet when he wanted to be, there was an issue to remove him. I rallied my members to speak up. I rallied on the issue of the pension and gratuity. I called them and I said, let us stand up and speak so that people can get pension. There are many other issues I stand up for. And so I will continue to stand up for people no matter what. I'll continue. On this side of the house, I'm coming and I'm going to be working with you. I have a child on the side of the house, so I'm going to be with you, providing all the advice. Never get your character intact. Keep your character intact. That's what I say to all members here. Keep your character intact. So no matter what they put in social media, how they try to demonize me and my family, it cannot stand. It will only stand by people who do not know me. Judge me by the standard I came in with. Don't judge me by your standards. Judge me by the standard you know me to have. Don't judge me if they're collecting money or would leave and get money from somebody or the NDC or the member of the tongue of St. George giving me or somebody so. I don't operate that way. Maybe you give me assistance. And I say thank you. Thank you for all the assistance that you have given me because I needed it at that time. But that taught me a lesson to never collect any money or anything from anybody else. Because when they give you assistance, once there's a differing of opinion, not a confusion, you don't have no problem. You differ in an opinion. You may have an opinion and you express it, all hell break loose. But I urge you women, and I urge you men, so the comrade brother of the tongue of St. George, they have came for me. So do not stay quiet. Do not stay quiet. Because they will come for you after. I believe they start coming for you already. So do not stay quiet. When your neighbor house is on fire, you wet, you just soak it. Because things that are coming for you. Because the issue is, this is not necessarily, not about a job or whatever. The issue is, one is a leadership issue we have. Wanting who you want for leader. If the people is asking for one person and if you want somebody else, then a different story. So I will not continue on that. But I want to rest assured to the people of Village Carrico and Pilimatnik. You remember when I started this parliament, I gave a whole history of who I am. I continue to be the same person. I want to thank my constituency. I want to thank my branch because I know 70% of them moving with me. So I thank them. I want to thank the young people who have reached out to me. Man, yesterday I was bombarded with calls, and so I couldn't even attend a class that I had to attend yesterday because I was so bombarded with love and support. You know, I want to acknowledge the man who has been there with me. So the first one is the one above who has always protected me. He has been good to me all the time. And throughout all this affliction, he has been good to me. Even when I was called mentally ill, he has been good to me. But the mentally ill thing we will talk about some days, because we have to talk about those things, these things that affect people in our community. So we'll talk about it not now, but I want to put on record my appreciation and support to the man, the head of the household, of my household, who have always been there with me. In fact, in the most difficult time, he is there. I used to say before, and I'll give a joke before I take my thing and ready to move. I used to say that I would have to be making children all the time because those times when I'm pregnant, I get the best treatment. For 9 long months, I'll have to sit down and get all the food and get everything that I want and all the stories. But after a while, when the children get bigger, he stopped, go to the kitchen, he stopped wash the wells, and he said, you have big children now. So I used to be saying to him that it seems like I have to start to make some more children. But in those difficult couple of months, brothers and sisters, from August to March, I went through hell, literal hell. And I mean, I'm not telling you no lies because there are people here who can justify. Because we spoke. There are other members of my team who have been there with me, who have been advising me. There are members who ran before me. And I said thanks to them. I'm not going to call your name. But I said thanks to you for the support that you have given me. Thanks for the advice. Thanks for the inspiration. Thanks for the shoulder. Thanks for the time when I can come and sit at your house and cry at times. I say thank you. But I say, as I close with my husband again, I say thank you for being there for saying to me, God will provide. He always provides. And I'll be there with you. And I thank you for taking me 26 plus years ago. I wanted to marry very, very early. I thank you. Because God gave us the opportunity we have now. Whereby in 2008 we had problems like water with those elections. However, in 2022, we did not have a mortgage after losing the election. Although we had 2 more years added to it because of the lapse there, we are good together. We rock, baby, and we continue to rock together. One love. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, today I cross the floor in my new season, where I continue to represent the people of St. Andrew Northwest. I continue to represent Grenada. Kevin, I'm coming. I'll be leading you forward as we help to transform Carriacou. We got to deal with all the issues. All the members, I am coming. And so we will continue moving forward, transformation, moving forward. It's always there for you.
Yes, folks, that was the big moment today in the Parliament of the state of Grenada. So I want to again applaud the Honorable Delma Thomas for making that big move. And she has always been honest and sincere and real, right? She speaks from the heart, and that is what will stand out for a long, long time, a very, very long time. So again, that was the big, uh, moment in the Parliament today. She crossed the floor and she joined the transformation team that will move Grenada, Carriacou, and the PT Martinique forward. I want to say this, and I want to warn the NDC about Keith Mitchell's always coming up with this statement. He's the grandpa in the house, right? Or he's the father of the house. NDC has to be very, very careful with this statement that Keith Mitchell is making. He uses that to always butt in and have the last say and speak for a very lengthy period of time. Somebody or one or two members on the other side need to shut Keith Mitchell up. They need to shut this guy up or ask him to just shut up, because everybody in the house is equal. Everybody there was elected to serve their constituency. Do not fall for that trick from Keith Mitchell. That's a trick. And I want to warn you, because he's always the person to get the last say, and he wants to advise as the father of the house. This nonsense has to stop. And the Speaker of the House also needs to pull Keith Mitchell up, because everybody in the House is equal. Do not allow Keith Mitchell to have the last say or to dominate everything in the House as though, the Parliament belongs to him. You need to shut that political idiot up very early, because that's how we do it. He does it just that way, where he always coming in and you should do it so, and this is how it should be done, and he's the father of the house and he's the grandpa of the house and he know this. And give me a break. You should be out. If you're the grandfather of the house, you should be out by now. Get out. Go into retirement. But you're not going to do that, right? So you need to start disciplining him. You need to start shaking him up and shutting him up. Keith Mitchell needs to be put in his place, because he's playing a game It's a game. If you don't know, it is a game Keith Mitchell is playing. All right? So again, I want to commend the Honorable Delma Thomas. And look, Sister Delma, you're giving a lot of people tabanka. In fact, that certain individual is claiming, well, she made a certain statement today that she intends to sue, right? She intends to sue because when she was suffering with her tabanka and she expressed her feelings, it was private, all right? So that individual is saying she wants to sue because her tabanka belongs to her. Well, right now, miss, you have tabank truck, not tabanka. So she wants to sue now because she's actually saying when she expressed her feelings of having tabanka and so on over Delma Thomas moving to the NDC, it was in a private capacity. Well, we're not empathizing you. We are not empathizing with you. Take your tabanka.
Right now, I'm feeling as if I had tabanka. My heart is hurting. I'm so disappointed. I feel deceived and betrayed because I understand that Delma is going over with NDC. I don't even want to talk much, but I mean, I know how we go down and we good. But I just kind of want to zip because believe me, I might say wrong things. I am so disappointed. How she could go and get herself involved with these devil people and them. I don't make no joke with them. So, right now, I'm feeling as if I had tabanka. My heart is hurting. I'm so disappointed. I feel deceived and betrayed because I understand that Delma is going over with NDC. I don't even want to talk much, but I mean, I know how we go down and we good. But I just kind of want to zip because believe me, I might say wrong things. I am so disappointed. How she could go and get herself involved with these devil people and them. I don't make no joke with them. So, believe me, that's my mood now. I'm going to clean yard, man. Let me go and get myself busy. Right now, I'm feeling as if I had tabanka. My heart is hurting. I'm so disappointed. I feel deceived and betrayed because I understand that Delma is going over with NDC. I don't even want to talk much, but I mean, I know how we go down and we good. But I just kind of want to zip because believe me, I might say wrong things. I am so disappointed. How she could go and get herself involved with these devil people and them. I don't make no joke with them. So, believe me, that's my mood now. I'm going to clean yard, man. Let me go and get myself busy. Take care, darling.
Right. So yeah, that's a senior NNP supporter and leader right up at the top. Senior NNP supporter. She has a tabang truck. Right now she has a tabang truck. And I wanted to play a song, speaking to Tabanka, but I go hold it up. Right? Because I think she's going through a real phase. But she wants to sue now because she said when she expressed her tabanka and her stress and she problems, she did it in a private capacity. Well, it was leaked and they leaked it to me. They sent it to Kem Jones. And once it comes to Kem Jones, nobody else, Kem Jones. So it's all about the place now, right? Because people need to know that you're hurting and you need help. You're hurting bad. And not only you, but a lot of NNP supporters. They are hurting. They are going through hell. And I have no sympathy for them. Trust me, I have zero sympathy for these people. All right? So take your tabang truck. You vex that Delma Thomas made the right move, the right choice. And look, you ain't seen nothing yet. The NNP is falling apart and falling apart very quickly. But again, watch. Let me play it again for you, because she's listening. The said individual is listening. In fact, I just saw her name pop up there on the live. So she's there. Let me play it for her now.
Right now, I'm feeling as if I had tabanka. My heart is hurting. I'm so disappointed. I feel deceived and betrayed because I understand that Delma is going over with NDC. I don't even want to talk much, but I mean, I know how we go down and we good. But I just kind of want to zip because believe me, I might say wrong things. I am so disappointed. How she could go and get herself involved with these devil people and them. I don't make no joke with them. So, believe me, that's my mood now. I'm going and clean here, man. Let me go and get myself busy. Take care, darling.
Right. So yes. So I see you under the live. All right. So I see her under the live, and I decided to play it again for her because she's hurting. Not only this individual, but plenty of them. They're hurting and hurting bad. They need help. And they're afraid to seek help because look, NNP has always been a curse to Grenada, Carriacou, and the PT Martinique. Not a if or a but or a maybe. I know firsthand that NNP is no good. And it's now being exposed in the general public. People getting to understand that this party is not a good party at all, in my opinion and in my belief. But boy, it must happen that way. It must happen that way. It was foretold. People knew what transpired under the late Hubert Blaze. They knew what happened. So that must come to pass. Must. And the Honorable Delma Thomas won Peter David. Yes, she won him. But you know what's amazing? Peter will stay there and grind. Stay and grind. Because between me and you, there is no place for Peter again, you know. Peter skipped from how many party? I can't remember. There isn't another resting place for Peter David. He gone through. Because NDC will not take him, right? Clear cut. NNP, right now, they're doing everything to prevent him from being leader of that piece of organization. And it's a burning shame. But Delma Thomas was honest enough to tell him, wet your house. When your neighbor house is on fire, wet yours. She make sure she tell him that, you know. She won the man. She won him because she knows. She knows that Peter David, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. And I'm happy that she won him. So that the people will know, because we know what Keith Mitchell said about the man. You know. We know what Emlyn Pay said about the man. We know. We're fully aware. So we are seeing it playing out now. Listen to what Keith Mitchell had to say about Peter David, because she won him.
But they're spreading the venom. People used to pass me and cussing me because they think I'm stealing the money. I see a member one day I'm walking out to here, Mr. Speaker, and a member, and it's always associated with the member for the town of St. George. I am convinced, Mr. Speaker, that there is a mindset in that member for the town of St. George. No matter what you see doing, this man is doing is a dangerous man. I believe he has a mind that is twisted, Mr. Speaker, because his friend was the one that nearly ran me down in Balmore.
Right, so that's Keith Mitchell talking about Peter David there. Yeah, that's Keith Mitchell talking about Peter David. That is why Delma Thomas won Peter, right? But there is no home for Peter. It's like heaven reject him and hell reject him. Where would he roam? You understand the point? That's the situation he's in, you know. Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, I heard the issue of violence. You know, and I go back to my dear sister. You know, Mr. Speaker, on this side of the house, I cautioned several times. I said, I do not like the idea of any encouragement to anyone on this side, supporters who go out and impute things against people innocently, because I think it's fundamentally wrong. Mr. Speaker, I think by and large, most members, from what I know, and here is a gentleman purporting to be, he said they assigned him the task, the member for the town of St. George, he was being assigned the task to keep on top of the Rice Steiner issue, the briefcase issue. Imagine the biggest fraudster has been assigned to deal with the fraud to the Rice Steiner briefcase issue. That's his task. That's why he was speaking today on, and he telling me, I ain't talking about you, Prime Minister. He has been assigned, and he's the one, every time he's on a platform, the NNP is the biggest set of crooks. Imagine who talking about crookedness. Look who talking about crookedness, Mr. Speaker. This is a gentleman who was alleged, Mr. Speaker, right? Besides all the things that he did in New York, that he was, during the time of the revolution, he was behind his father with a gun.
Right, so that's Keith Mitchell. That's Keith Mitchell speaking about Peter David there.
This on that side of the house. And that's why we kept saying, Mr. Speaker, we'll have to unmask those masked men. Mr. Speaker, this is the gentleman, the honorable member for the town of St. George, who when his own mother-in-law decided to speak the truth and admit that he was a citizen, he launched one of the most vicious attacks ever a mother-in-law has had to face by a son-in-law, Mr. Speaker. He has no conscience at all. Just get between him and power. It could be his mother, his father, his mother-in-law. They will face the pen, Mr. Speaker. That's the character of the individual.
Right, so that's Keith Mitchell there speaking about Peter David. Speaking about Peter David, and that is why Delma Thomas warning him, right? Warning him. It's just sad that he has no way to go, because it's like hell refuse him, heaven reject him. Where would he go? Because definitely NDC doesn't want him, right? And this is not an E for a butter, maybe. All right, it's clear. We're not going to accept that, right? He's a goner. So she warned him before she exited today. And look, Keith Mitchell described the man. Keith Mitchell described the man in full. It's not me. I'm not the one describing him there. Keith Mitchell described the man. And I am happy that you were able to hear it for yourself. It's not Kem Jones saying X, Y, and Z. Keith Mitchell described him. And he should be ashamed of himself. Huh? He should be ashamed of himself, because he sits there and that is what people are concerned about. People are saying, but wait, you're getting all that blows, they're coming after you like that, and yet still you just sit there taking it because you want leadership. All he wants is leadership, and he's willing to bend over backwards for that, which is sickening, really, really sickening. But I am happy that people are able to really experience the individual from Keith Mitchell describing him. It's not Kem Jones describing him, but Keith Mitchell describing the man. And people are now able to look at it and say, but wait, why this man not defending himself? Why he's not standing up? Look at Delma. Delma was brave enough to stand up to this de facto dictator and say, hey, I'm not having it. But why Peter not doing that? Peter is playing the game. He's playing the game. And that is why sometime back, I say, look, there are some people with pig stomach. There are some people with pig stomach. And they're willing to eat any old thing and just remain there. Right? Pig stomach. And it's sad. Yeah, there are some people with that stomach, the pig stomach. Yeah. Stop it, Peter. Stop it. Stop it, Peter. Stop it. Stop it, Peter. All right, so yeah. Stop it, Peter. Stop it. All right, you understand? There's some people with pig stomach, and they are willing to just remain there because they want leadership, and they go suck up, and that's what's going down. Look carefully at what happened in the parliament today. Look at the two people who left very early. You check it out. If you were very observant, you would have realized two individuals left the parliament very early today. Who are the 2 individuals? It's amazing. But folks, let's move on. So today, the Honorable Andy Williams, and I want to thank the over, almost 1,700 people who are on the live at this point in time. I want to thank you very much for making this program the #1 program in Grenada. Almost 1,700 people are on the live, meaning Facebook and YouTube put together, right? So Facebook would be about 1,400, and YouTube will be about what, 200-300 people, somewhere thereabout. All right. So I want to thank those who are on the live at this point in time and those who shared the program. Right. So Facebook is 1,400 plus almost 1,500, and YouTube is about 200 or so people there. All right. Good. So let us hear from the Honorable Andy Williams.
When we came into office last year, we tried our best to save it, but we couldn't because of the lack of implementation by the last administration. And let's get that clear, because I've seen politics being played with that over and over again. And this year is truth. However, I'm happy to report that our Prime Minister, leading the way, were able to get what we gain financing for one component of the project, which approximates approximately $70 million. And Mr. Speaker, let me just say this. That is not a loan we are talking about. We are talking about a grant. A loan, you have to pay back a loan. We are talking about a grant that was given, was taken away, and we fought to get it back. Given to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and PG Martinique. So, Mr. Speaker, let me just make it clear that we are not, this government here, we are not in the business of losing free money. We are in the business of ensuring that we use whatever resources is given to us in the correct way. And you can be rest assured of that. So, Ms. Honest, over here, and if you get the fund already, we have secured the fund, but you got it and you lost it. So I want to put on record, let us check performance. You got it in 2016. Up to 2022, you did nothing with it. We got it back in 2023. Let's see the progress. And tell me which hands is the safer hands. Mr. Speaker, I just want to assure Grenada, Carriacou, and PG Martinique that we are surely doing our best to make our mark. And yes, we may be young, yes, we may be inexperienced, but we have the vigor, we have the right attitude, and we have the courage to make the tough decisions when we have to make them. Because we all have to do it in order to move Grenada forward in a positive manner. This is the way we have to govern. And I want again to applaud our Prime Minister for getting back what we lost. Thank you very much.
Yes, and I must commend the Honorable Andy Williams. And that's what should happen in the Parliament. You see what he did there? He put a real blow on the misinformation, all the lies that Keith Mitchell is out there peddling and pushing when he goes to all these different meetings. Andy, you did a fantastic job today. I want to commend you. In fact, we must have a drink on that. You see what you did today? You actually make the Grenadian people know that what Keith Mitchell is doing and saying out there regarding this UK SIF loan, this grant, not loan, sorry, but this grant is a lie. And you put the truth on the table. I want to commend you, my brother. That is what's supposed to happen in the Parliament from time to time. Because I have been saying the facts are out there. This guy goes to these meetings and Keith Mitchell lie. He is a pathological liar. He's a chronic liar. He cannot help it. Keith Mitchell is a cussed individual in my belief. The guy is a bad-minded, nasty individual. He's ruthless. But he knows what he's doing. Keith Mitchell knows what he's doing. So he goes to these meetings and lie to his supporters. He knows that the majority of his supporters, they are not critical thinkers. They are not reasonable in their thinking. They are not analytical. He knows what he's doing. So he talks this rubbish over and over every meeting he goes to. But now we know the truth. And I've been explaining that for a number of days now. How the hell your government could be in power for 7 years when this whole money was available? You did nothing to access the money. You did nothing to get the money to start these projects. You never implement nothing. But then you could come now and blame the NDC, right, for losing this money. The NDC only there for about, well, in fact, today marks 11 months. 11 months. But this guy is brazen, he's bold. And he will go there and lie. Keith Mitchell is a pathological liar in my belief. And he's nasty-minded. He no good. And that is why I said, if God visits Kem Jones and say, well, look, you have been a good young man. I want to fulfill one of your wishes. I will tell him, take me back to the year 1946 when a certain individual, was conceived. Take me back to that point, and I will give to that individual who caused the impregnation a lot of condoms. And once he put on those condoms, Grenada would be a better place. Because that creature would not have come on the face of the earth. That creature would have never be around here causing all these problems. Plenty. In fact, I would have given them 3 or 4 condoms to use at once, right? But I'm saying that to say to you, this individual knows what he's doing. This creature, he knows what he's doing. And I am happy that Grenadians are seen through that creature. We must expose the creature because he's out there blaming the NDC for what his NNP administration did mess up. They mess up. The implementation rate for projects and so on was almost 0. Look at that project in Molyneux, in his constituency, that creature constituency. Look at what happened. You know how long that project they're waiting to start? It took the NDC to come and do what they're supposed to do. It's amazing, but that is how the creature operates. But he's dealing with some younger people. He's dealing with young, youthful members of parliament who have the energy, who have the time and everything else to take on that creature. And Kem Jones is here. I never back down. I never back down when it comes to a fight. And I am not only proactive, but I could be reactive too. And I'm willing to go in the mud and deal with the pigs in the mud. Because I ain't want the pig to come in my house and mash up everything and mess up everything. That's Kem Jones. But folks, I'm really happy that the Honorable Andy Williams was able to clear this thing up. But mind you, the character, this creature, right? This Morocco, this expired corned beef, Popo Black, Diablo, he will still continue to go in his meetings and lie on the same issue, even if it's cleared up, even if the facts are on the table. He can't help it. He cannot stop. That's how he operates. It's sad. It's sickening, to say the least. But boy, I tell you, we have to continue to put the facts on the table, and we can't wait for too long. Don't make these things saturate. Come out and deal with it early o'clock so people can hear and can see the facts before us. All right? Let me open up the line. I want to give you the chance to speak tonight again. Again, the number 415-4817, 415-4817. That's the number to call, 415-4817. 415-4817. If you're overseas or here in Grenada and you want to use the WhatsApp, it is 1473. That's 1473 415 4817. You know, I am saying to this grandpa, as he calls himself, for this derelict piece of thing. Oh, gum, give them young people a chance to bring prosperity and opportunities for the people, to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Give them the opportunity to do so. They want to bring prosperity and opportunities to our people. Look at what they have been able to achieve in the last 11 months. You couldn't do that in 20-something years. You know, you ever see them old piece of derelict vehicles and pack up thing along the side of the road where you have rats and all kind of thing living in it? That's what we've seen here, you know, a piece of derelict thing. Anyways, folks, the number again, 415-4817, 415-4817. That's the number you could call, free up. I'll bring you live. People will be able to hear what you have to say. The number is 415-4817. Remember, this program is funded by people just like you, just like you, wherever you are. To keep this program going, you need to give financially to support this, to pay the bills, to meet the commitments. I am volunteering my time and effort to do this program, but it's important that you give the little that you can to keep it going. All you need to do is to send a WhatsApp message to the same number, and you see it scrolling under there, donate to the radio program, call or WhatsApp this number. You can do that. Good evening, caller.
Good night, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm trying, you know.
All right.
Yeah, no. I heard part of Miss Modest's contribution today, and it was amazing. She speak of medicine at the hospital, something like that.
Who you're referring to, Clarice Modest?
Yes.
All right.
Good. And the Minister for Housing, he took her up on that.
Yeah, that's the leader of government business.
Right. So what she was actually showing to the nation is that it seems like the government is either slow in getting the medicine, or maybe they're not in the position to do so. I didn't really scrutinize the whole thing.
Well, let me. What I can tell you is, it is clear that there are agents within the system who are trying to slow it down in terms of procurement and getting all those different things. The government is looking into that. I can tell you straight off the bat. They're looking into those things because a lot of supplies are here. You understand the point? But the process is like a slow process to make the government look bad. Okay. And that is why these people are out there now, because you see, do not underestimate the dangerous nature of those who lost the election and bitter. They will do anything to undermine or sabotage this government.
Yes, but what was strange is when they, not strange, but surprising, is when the leader of government business says, look, from 2021, 2022, the provider of these medicine have not been paid. So the NNP did not service the debt, because if you have a credit, when you get the credit at first, to get a second credit, you must pay off the debt for the first one.
Yes.
Like the same problem we had with marketing board and
not only that, you remember it was a similar thing with the gas. You remember with the 20-pound cylinder and other things where the suppliers were owed a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
Yes, and this NDC government had to come and pay what the NNP did not pay. They were just borrowing and crediting and doing all kind of rubbish. It's a similar situation.
So the leader of government business really take it up quickly, and I'm glad he did that.
And it's something that I will talk about as we move forward. But thank you very much.
Okay, then, good night.
Yeah, I listened to that too, and it was a very good thing on the part of the Honorable Philip Telesford for pointing out, look, you want to talk about there is no medication, and you know this and you know that in the hospital. Well, okay, I can tell you, for 5 years straight, you all did not pay the suppliers who were supplying the medication and all those different things. You are not doing it. So all of a sudden, you want to open your mouth and say, well, you don't have this, you don't have that. And I want to commend a lot of the folks in the diaspora who have been giving a lot to Grenada in many different ways, back to the health system, I want to commend you, all the folks who have been donating. I know that a container full of supplies is coming down from Canada. I know of a supply coming from the United States of America, New York. I know of 2 other people who are sending a whole pile of stuff. That is what I know. Friends in the diaspora who are doing what they can. So instead of NNP complaining, grinding, and groaning, find some means and some ways of getting supplies, right, from your friends and colleagues, because you can't tell me all of a sudden you don't have no friend, you don't have nobody who could send stuff from overseas who are doing that before, what they give you up. Find some creative ways and means to get resources for the hospital and for the clinics. I know of someone who sent a whole pile of scrubs and a whole pile of PPEs and so on for the Princess Alice Hospital, and a whole, our Grenadian brothers and sisters are doing things to help in many different ways. But the NNPs out there complaining, grinding, and groaning and talking all kind of damn stupidness. Grenadians are fed up with that. What we want right now is for you to put your hands on deck and build this country and move this country forward and better this country. Because our Grenadian brothers and sisters in the diaspora, they are doing just that. They're making the sacrifice. And they're sending ton loads of stuff to help the healthcare system, to help the education system, to help the agriculture system, to help our brothers and sisters out here. So quit the complaining. We are in a different dispensation, a different epoch, a different time where our Grenadian brothers and sisters, they are patriotic. They love their country. They want to give back to their country. They want to see Grenada move forward. They want to see Grenada transformed. But the NNP with a damn stupidness, what's wrong with all you? Stop it. Only complaining and talking rubbish and only making confusion and million bacchanal. Go and find some sources and get resources and get stuff to build this country and to help the people and to help the different sectors. That is what we want to see from you. Grenada needs that kind of leadership now more than ever before. But instead of you doing that, you're complaining, you're grinding. Yeah, all right. You ain't have this medication, you have that. Go and find some and bring and donate. What you have nobody, no friends now? Nobody could send you anything anymore? Huh? Only when you're in power, you have friends? What is this? Huh? Come on. So, folks, the number is 415-4817. 415-4817. You can call. I know 2 people are actually calling there. 415-4817. If you're overseas and you want to have your say, you can. The number is 1-473-415-4817. All right? That's the number. And I am simply saying, folks, it is clear. Grenadians, home and abroad, they are giving back to their country. And we must applaud that. Instead of the NNP doing something productive, something good, they only complaining. Good evening, caller. Hello. Oh boy, we lost that call there. We lost that caller there. All right. You can call back. My good friend, you can actually call back. The number is 415-4817. I realize we lost that call there. A good friend of mine. All right, you can actually call back. The number is 415-4817. Good evening, caller.
Hello?
Good evening, how you doing?
Yes. Not bad, not bad. I was just calling to make my little contribution. I am still waiting to hear from the churches and the nurses and the mental health professionals to come down and someone who is going to be referring to, because somebody decided to do something, insinuate or talk about the mental health challenges. This is very disgusting. A person, you don't bring a person's sickness, whether it's true or not, into the mix. And I'm still waiting to hear from the churches to reprimand that individual. A person's mental health is off-bound. A person's medical health is off-bound in politics. And people of Grenada, a person like that, you cannot respect a person like that. It's very disgusting, and I haven't heard anybody make any retribution or any comment about a person involving a person's mental health in politics. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, I fully agree with you there, caller. Good evening, caller.
Hi, good evening, my brother. How are you doing?
Good, you know.
Why how Kit Mitchell know about the laws so now and he know how things supposed to be? Kit Mitchell break every law in this country. Do you remember when Kit Mitchell had to
Well, hold on. I cannot say that he broke every law in the country. All right, so that is not factual.
right.
But we know
By the way,
that he did a number of things over a period of time, but we can't say it.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But go ahead.
When for he to get the the commissioner supposed to responsible for his security, he
Right.
beat his chest and he said, "Don't blame nobody, blame he. Choose his own security that he wants for himself." He come publicly and tell people that. So I don't know when he coming in the house now and talking about do it in the right way and laws and all kind of thing. I don't know what's wrong with that poor man and that man so
Well,
arrogant.
he might be poor mentally, but financially
Yeah,
he has a lot of money, huh?
that's right. And I find people must listen before they come on the radio. I remember when Delma Thomas said she was going to talk to the Prime Minister, she was so nervous. And he asked her,
No,
offer a drink.
no. She asked for a
She asked
strong
for a
drink
drink or
jokingly,
what?
and that was a joke, huh? And she
Right.
then
And she
responded
said
and said,
she
"No,
wants something strong.
correct."
I hear caller calling and saying they don't want nobody who drinking rum to do the. What wrong with these people and them?
Yeah.
But thank God she go by Deacon first because if she did go by Peter David, did give her a bottle of rum. Do you remember when Emmeline Pierre did cry? Peter David make Emmeline Pierre cry because Emmeline Pierre give some young people some leaflet to go in the market and give them young man, and then Peter David take it, fold it up in the pocket, and
That is
when
what
he
she
go in, he give
claimed.
them a bottle of rum,
Yeah, that is what she
and that
claimed. That is what
hot.
Emlyn Pierre claimed, but it may not even be so.
But she cried. She was hot so bad to know how he treat the young people.
Yeah.
So I tell you, these people and them feel people stupid for all these years. People listening to them,
And
the
you
action and watching the
remember my
action
dear,
too.
you remember
But I
Delma came back and say, well, she didn't drink any alcohol or any strong liquor.
That's
Because she doesn't
right. She
drink that.
only
She's
said she
a,
needs
you
something
know.
strong. But no, she drink and she drunk, so they don't want people who are drinking to do the business of the government. They want people who drinking rum.
Yeah.
But people mustn't do that. People must remember that woman win 3 times for the NNP, and you don't treat people like that. You don't do them that, making all kind of false Facebook and even showing up the medication the woman taking. Why you doing that?
But
This woman was with Ali for years.
she's not taking that medication, right?
But
They
they
just what they did
wicked
was to
and
do
they
that.
bad mind.
Correct, to give people the impression that she's taking these things. That's not true.
Yeah.
All right, but
A
thank you very much.
woman, and they say they love woman. That woman they in with these people for all these years and today look. But so NNP is.
Yeah, of course. Plenty love.
So they used to treat people bad.
Plenty love. All right.
You hear me, boy?
All right, good. Yeah. Yeah, so you see, they know that her mother, right? So in her family, there is mental illness. So they're preying on that. They're taking advantage of that. That is how they operate. Uh, good evening, caller.
Yeah. Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I could remember when Chester was trying to send things in Grenada. Because he's a patriotic Grenadian, how his things was blocked, and it was very difficult for, if you're not supporting the government, to send things to help Grenada. But now I think we asking NNP to get things to come to help Grenadians.
Of course, if you're a
Yeah, we
responsible
need things to
opposition,
come here
yes.
to help Grenadians.
Yes, I agree.
Tell them send them things.
Yep, I agree.
All right, thank
All
you.
right, good. I totally agree with you. And the caller before that, last caller there, she spoke about Emlyn P and what she had to say.
And I'm deeply hurt over an incident that took place in the town of St. George And I believe it would be against my conscience if I did not use this platform this afternoon to send a very important message that we ought not to use our desperation as a tool to destroy the young people of this country. About a week ago, brothers and sisters, some young people went out in the town of St. George. And their mission was, among other things, to educate the young people in the town of St. George of the opportunities that are available through this government for their development. One of the programs was the GTEP program, which many of you are familiar with. And they came back on the first day and said to me, Senator Pierre, we are very concerned. And the people of the town of St. George are very concerned about the issue of drugs and alcohol. I am hurt. Because on the second day, when they went out, the second day, they were followed by the representative for the town of St. George, Honorable Peter David. And I would have stood here today and be woman enough to praise Peter David if he had gone out there supporting and encouraging these young people. But I'll tell you what he did. They were in a shop with guys using alcohol, smoking marijuana, and they handed the guys who were there a leaflet which showed the many opportunities that this government is providing, not just for young people, but for the people of this country. And Mr. David walked in. He took away the paper, put it in his pocket, and what did he do to show his love for the young people of the town? He left 2/8 of rum and a round of beers. Brothers and sisters, that is why I say to you, it is not just about talking youth. It is not just about saying that you love young people. It is about demonstrating your true love for the young people of this country.
Right. So that was Emlyn Pierre there talking about Peter David, right? So the caller made reference to that. My good friend made reference to that there. That is why Delma won him, right? Yeah. You know, it's like a trap. The trap has about 4 or 5 people or things in it, or animals, or whatever you want to call it, in it. And you're seeing the others about to come in the trap, but you're not telling them because you are in the trap. You're not warning them to say, well, don't come. Don't do this, don't do that. You're going to fall into the trap. That is what is being displayed here, you know. The NNP is like a whole trap. Yeah. Folks, the number is 415-4817, 415-4817 as the number to call to get on the inside. All right? As the number to call to get on the inside. So let's take that call here now. Good evening, caller. Good evening,
Yes.
you're live.
Hello.
Hi,
Are
you're
you
live.
hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Okay, I just want to commend you, Kim, and such a #1 talk show where you present real information or truth information, right?
Thanks.
I think that, to my opinion,
You're breaking up a bit.
Advisor. That's how I really feel.
We didn't hear that part.
Hello?
We didn't hear that part. You were breaking up a bit.
I said that
Hello?
You know? Hello?
Right. We hearing you, but you're good and come, you know? It's breaking up. So go ahead. Speak now.
Okay.
No, speak.
I was
Go ahead.
saying that all right, I think the NDC should allow you to be the advisor. That's what I feel. Because
right.
To Kim Jones talk show when I want to know truth. And I think that's what we all should, when you want to know truth, turn to Kim Jones talk show. I really believe that right now, Mitchell is really having tabanka. And he really having a banker.
All right. Thank you very much. Plenty love.
Very much. That's all I want to see from
one love.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jay Caller. So, folks, I want to thank you very much for being a part of the program. I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful night. I want to thank the almost 1,800 people who are on the live tonight. I want to thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. I wish you all the best. It's just what it is. All right, the number one talk show in Grenada. Have a wonderful day. Night. Sorry. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning, starting from 8 in the AM when we go on that journey again, because that is what it is. We have to continue doing the work. We have to continue on that path, educating, empowering, enlightening, disseminating incredible information as we move along. Take it care. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye for now. Bye for now. Bye for now. We have to pull the plug at this point in time. All right. So let me just play this here. Where is it? I'm looking here for this. All right.
Welcome to the Dynamic Hour.
No, not that. All right. But anyways, I will find. All right. It's right here. Thanks.
The proceeding was a paid